In today, and I've got some news on my 2027 Ram TRX order. I've been kind of quiet about it this week. I jumped in. I had my allocation with the dealer. Everything was planned out, and so I went down to the dealer. Within an hour of the order bank's opening, and y'all got the VON number, got the order submitted. Now there was a problem with the first couple orders that went in, and I was part of that. And so just going to kind of tell y'all today what the process was and how that worked. Okay, so if you're placing one of these orders and you were the first one, there was something on the trailer tow mirrors and the tow technology group. I didn't want the trailer tow mirrors, so I didn't have to select it, but it allowed for me to pick the trailer tech group and the tow technology group. That was only on the first couple orders, probably within that first hour, y'all, because they fixed it afterwards. Now the problem is once that order was submitted, none of these TRX orders, from what I'm seeing, can be revised, okay? So normally that order would get kicked back for edit and you would be able to edit it. So we sat on it a few days. The dealer did great. They did everything that they were supposed to do. They worked, they tried to get the order changed. Y'all, we sat on it for a few days and just no luck with getting it changed. The tab for them to revise it, it just didn't open. And so usually when, like I said, when an order goes to edit like that, they can go in and revise it and then resubmit it. And so that made me lose my position, I guess, as far as some of the first ones. Now I've got a buddy that ordered the same time I did. He got a VIN number. He's already got everything. He's, I think he's D status right now. And so all that's good. So things are moving along, but I may have missed the boat on this order because of that small glitch, because it went into, I can't remember if it was I can't remember what the code was, but it was basically kickback for edit. And so what we did was we sat on it, we tried to fix it for a couple days, and it wasn't working out. So we ended up deleting the order and had to resubmit a new order. And then now basically we're getting, and I am one of the only ones that got the order in, but now we're basically saying that it's the status of, I think it was BG, I think, not able to schedule for a build. So we'll see what happens with that, but at least we have the good order in. I may have missed the boat on this first batch. I don't know what's going to happen with it. They were only going to build, I think, 18 or 1900 of these trucks on the first batch, and I was hoping to be in on that because the way the allocations work is each dealer gets one, which my dealer has that allocation for me. But the problem is now will it reattach back to that order? We don't know. And Ram corporate just really doesn't do a lot to help you with this. The dealer can work with the rep and try to do all they can, but the process is it is what it is. So anyway, I'm probably going to miss this first batch. We might get lucky, may still be in it, but I doubt it. Like I said, it basically says right now it passed the edit, but it's not going to be able to be scheduled. So we'll see how that goes. Now, I did a poll on my wall. If you want to go put what your status is, if you placed your order, it'll kind of let us know, who's D, who's BG, who's BE, what the status is. The dealer can tell you those numbers. But did want to put that out there because I know I said I had it locked up. Everything was going to go good. And it's not the dealer's fault, y'all. It's just that it had that glitch in the system and it really hung my order up. So it really put me out there. So anyway, may not have the truck this year, may not get it till next year now, so it is what it is, but wanted to come make the post just so y'all are aware. Been working with it with a dealer. Dealer's been great. Like I said, we got a new VON number, we've got a new order. We'll just see what happens. So definitely want to come on here and update y'all. My buddy that got his, which was interesting, and I wish I could add this to the live because when they reprinted his POC, it said June scheduling, which is interesting, right? He got his order in within 10 minutes of mine. And, of course, he selected the tow mirrors with the same packages. And he got his VIN number back, I think, 2-3 days ago. And everything looks good on the order. So basically, he's just looking to go D1. He's in D right now with a VIN. So anyway, you can follow those statuses. Your dealer has them. The VON order tracking, the Ram order tracking site, usually works for orders. But for some reason with the TRXs, we're not seeing. I've got 3 or 4 guys. We've been testing it. We haven't seen any of those work on the order tracking guide. So anyway, until that pops up, but if it does for some reason start working, we start seeing the TRX orders, and that's the guys with VINs. If we're running those every day. So if we see those pop up, we'll come back online. We'll let you know that those are, the order site is, the tracking is working. So that'll keep you from having to bug your dealer. But yeah, you've got a good dealer and everything's good, you know, everything will go right, and hopefully, you know, they get mine corrected, but they can't really do anything. That it's basically tied, their hands are tied. They're doing the best they can. So shout out to those guys. And anyway, but definitely want to come on, kind of give an update, and we'll see what happens. So appreciate y'all watching, and I really appreciate everybody that likes and subscribe to my videos. The channel's grown. Y'all, we're at, I don't know, 300 and almost 320, 330,000 subscribers, and I really appreciate it. And, you know, I've called and talked to them about some of the media events and trying to get my name on the list for those, but, you know, we'll see what happens with that too. But I'd be interesting to see what happens in the future, but I think Ram's got some really good stuff coming. They've got this Rumblebee, they've got the Ram Charger, it looks like, which is a full-size SUV. You know, we've got the TRXs, and it looks like you're gonna be able to get Hellcats. I mean, you're gonna be able to get all these vehicles available with the Hellcats. And there's a lot of updates on the TRX that a lot of people aren't talking about, and I'm not gonna say anything on this video, but there's some small things that are different in the engine, there's some small things that are different in the powertrain. So just, if you think this is the same as a Gen 1 TRX, it really isn't, and it really has some upgrades from the RHO also. So you definitely will want to go test drive one of these when you can get your hand on it. This new TRX is gonna be the bomb, y'all. Like I said, every truck that I've had, I really always enjoyed my Gen 1 TRX, but the RHO just kind of, it sharpened all the edges. All the things that the TRX was a little bit that I didn't like about it, y'all, the RHO just capitalized on all those things. It did such a good job with the RHO truck. Y'all know I've got 2 or 3 of them. I've got almost 20,000 miles on this one out here, 0 problems. I traded my other one in with 20,000 miles, 0 problems. Y'all, these are just really good trucks, and I'm proud of Ram for everything that they're doing. They're engineers, they're moving, and you know, some of the things that we look at with this, and I know some of you will say this, but you know, you go look at the new GM interior, y'all, they fixed the seats. They've done a bunch of things. Their dash looks really good. I think, and you know, there's some people that don't want that technology, but there's some that when they spend the money on that type of vehicle, they do, okay? So GM's answering the call. But you know, if you go back to Ram not making the TRX, you know, in my opinion, if Ram would have never done the TRX, you would have never seen a Raptor R, okay? And so this again, and shout out to Tim, you know, the CEO of Ram, they're pushing the level up, right? And you know, us as YouTubers, when we're out shooting these videos on vehicles, you know, you look at these vehicles that are out there, and I mean, how many videos can I do on the same truck that's been produced for 5 years? You know, there's just not a lot of changes. Everything's been the same. Nothing's been changed. And you know, when you look at Rumblebee, Ram Charger, you know, we're looking at all these new things coming out, full-size SUVs, you can get a Hellcat in. Even Jeep, I mean, the Wagoneer changes and the MSRP drops, the competitiveness. I mean, there's just a lot going on, but it's shaking the market up. And like I said, when you look at GM, you can see that it's kind of working there. So anyway, just excited. Lots of new changes coming. It's going to be good. This year should be good for vehicle reviews. I'm excited to see what everybody does. I mean, I think Toyota's going to come out with something too. So there's a lot of people pushing that level up, but Ram is the one that's making them push that level up, y'all. And that's my belief. That's my opinion. But again, thanks for watching the video. Go check out the TRX videos if you haven't, y'all, because the RHO and the TRX right now in the half-ton market, definitely my favorite 2 vehicles that are in production. So again, thanks for watching. Hit that like, subscribe. We'll catch you on the next video.